Welcome to Absolutely PlayStation and Steam Gamers. My name is Benny, that is Dylan, and that is Houston. And we're a brand new gaming discussion channel. We talk about the news, our opinions, we talk about theories, we just have a chat about the gaming industry as a whole from three podcast veterans right here at this channel. So if you enjoy what we're about to talk about, consider sticking around, liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and checking back for nearly daily content. Today, because PlayStation's in the name of the channel, we're literally going to be talking about PlayStation Showcase that happened on 9/9/2021.
Yeah.
I was giving a date in case somebody watches this in 3 days and they announce something else.
True.
That's fair.
So let's just go down the list here. So Dylan, you wrote the notes for this, and at the top you wrote started with a goofy PlayStation ad.
It did.
I'm a fan of these goofy PlayStation ads. I'm not gonna lie.
They're a good time. This one was fun.
They
I
are.
like the like it had like a chess theme, which was interesting.
It was new.
My
and
only
different.
complaint was I was trying to figure out what game this was.
Oh,
Because it said in-game footage on the PS5 or like filmed using PS5. So I'm like, these people look realistic as hell.
If you haven't realized by now, they always start out with a goofy ad, Ben. I mean, come on.
No, I mean, you're right. I kind of caught on eventually, like, oh, this isn't in-game. This isn't in-game. And then I was like, are they promoting a chess game? Are we getting
that would be the coolest chess game ever.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I kind of would play that.
I thought that at first too, but then they showed like I think it was like there was a billboard with Uncharted people on it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is just their general like PlayStation ad.
Maybe they were bringing back PlayStation Home. I mean, it died like 5 years ago, but doesn't mean we can't get it again.
Maybe.
One more time.
So after that was over, we got what I thought was a great start to this. The show that Knights of the Old Republic remake is on its way.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
At first, because of the way Disney does everything, I thought they were just going to reuse. What's his name? It's the Knights of Ren. You know what I mean?
Kylo
Ren?
No, that's Kylo Ren. This guy, I know him.
Revan?
Revan. I knew it was an R. Okay, in my defense.
Yeah.
You could leave.
They were just gonna reuse him in a new game.
Yes, that's what I was worried about.
Well,
that it was
it's
just
been
going to be.
rumored. This has been rumored forever.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know anything
Yeah.
about this, so I was very surprised.
Yeah, I was excited about it. How much Knights of the Old Republic have you both played?
I played 5 years of Star Wars: The Old Republic, but I touched.
His role in that is garbage. His role in that is garbage.
I
played a little bit of KOTOR.
downloaded it to play.
It's just I don't love. I think the gameplay is like super dated, and I also just don't like that style of gameplay that much, so I never was able to really get into it. But hey, I'll play this. I really love the KOTOR story. I know everything about it. I read like a story adaptation of it, the Revan book. It's not like a direct adaptation, but I read that and it was a lot of fun.
I do have one question. I thought Revan was the big bad of 2.
Play the games.
I didn't play 2. I didn't play 2, honestly. I played the first one.
Don't worry about it. Revan is a very important character to that era of Star Wars.
Revan is very important because he's not just a big bad. I know that.
Yeah.
But I know he's the cover of 2.
Oh, yeah. Well, that point he's already been revealed. That's why.
Yeah.
That makes sense,
who
yes.
Revan is and like what his whole deal is kind of the entire point of the first game. And since this is a remake and it's so old, I don't want to like talk about that.
I'll come back to you in probably like 20 to 40 hours.
Fair enough.
Next up, we got Project Eve. Now, as we were watching this, with all the positioning, the poses, the camera angles, I typed to Houston, boobs and butts and Devil May Cry action. This says Benny all over it.
And it's like, wait, this is just Bayonetta.
There's a lot of butt. There's a lot of butt in this trailer.
So much butt. So much butt in that trailer. I'm excited. It doesn't show anything other than that it's an action RPG, basically. She put on a cool suit that made me be like Death Stranding.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when the whole skull thing popped up too. And I'm like, wait a minute.
That's another game.
I don't think this is the actual name of the game.
Project Eve. Oh, no, I don't think so either.
Yeah, usually projects don't, unless you're like Octopath Traveler, like eventually the project name gets changed. but
Yeah.
I am a little worried about the gameplay on this because once you told me the company. So I recognize Shift Up Corporation. I couldn't think of where. And you guys brought up it's from a game known as Destiny Child. The concept of that game
not
is
the
really
band,
simple.
the game,
Huh?
Not the
The
band
game, right,
Destiny's
right.
Child. The game Destiny
Beyonce
Child.
will not be making an appearance.
No,
I'm sorry.
unfortunately.
The game that they've made already is called Destiny Child. It's a gacha game in which you are a summoner who summons demons from another world. All of the demons are large-breasted women in
They have
scantily
great
clad
personalities.
Like that's the gameplay loop. So my concern actually is, look at the trend of companies that have made successful gacha games. They went to go then make Genshin and brought gacha to AAA titles. Could gacha be coming to Project Eve? Could this be their answer to Genshin, a darker, more twisted side of it?
In theory, yes, 100% it could be. Also, what they showed, no. But that doesn't mean anything. It's still very early, so.
Would have been hilarious if in the trailer they're like, and here's a summon! Ka-ting, ka-ting, ka-ting.
Or they just show different characters besides the one person fighting.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, it could be onto something. So I see it. It could be.
I'm just worried because they're a gacha company, which is what MiHoYo was, and MiHoYo brought gacha to AAA titles, which isn't terrible.
I love that
But if
YouTuber.
Which one?
MiHoYo. They make all the funny auto-tune parodies.
Do they really?
No, that's
What?
Shmoyo-ho.
Oh, okay. I was really confused on that one. I'm just concerned that, since Genshin came out and proved that it can be viable if you do a good game around your gacha mechanic, that this is now going to be the trend, these games coming over, which gacha isn't inherently bad, but it's super easy for it to become bad is the problem.
Yes.
So,
Well, we got a lot of other stuff, so let's.
yeah. No,
Let's
I know.
move
We're
on
moving
from
down the list.
credit.
We're moving down the list. Don't worry. I'm sorry, Dylan.
We're at the
Tiny
second thing.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland. This was awesome, and one of my favorite bands played over it.
Yeah, this was already announced, but it's March 25th, 2022, so we'll see. Another Borderlands thing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm a big fan of Borderlands in general. I haven't really dived into the Borderlands 3 DLC, but Houston, what about you? You're kind of on the fence on Borderlands.
I enjoy it. It's one of those games I like to play it for the story. I love looter shooters, but for some reason, I don't know. I've been trying to get back into 3 a little bit, and the gunplay in 3 just seems worse.
Yeah.
So I'm not that excited about this one. Like the original Tiny Tina's D&D based one was fantastic.
Yeah,
But it's
which is
like,
what they're basing this on.
Right.
Exactly. It's just like, I don't care that much.
Fair.
Well, the next game we actually finally saw something of, not just a really
Yes.
flashy trailer, Forspoken. Made from the team that made Final Fantasy 15, made Luminous Productions, and Luminous Productions is now making Forspoken. It looks like I think it's pronounced isekai? Anime,
Isekai?
basically. Isekai? Where
think
they're,
that's-
yeah. You're in the real world. You get sucked into a fantasy
Oh, yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, here we go on an adventure. And it's a great point of view for the player because you don't know what's coming up. Neither does the character. You learn together. But the combat, the animations, the graphics, it all looked incredible.
I'm very excited.
Same.
Like everything about this game spoke Houston. There's funny banter with her and her sweet
Arm.
bracelets.
Sweet bracelet.
Were there 10 of them?
Oh, God.
I don't think so though. I think there was more.
Different. This is another Marvel game.
This is the secret
Spoilers.
Shang-Chi game. That's what this is. The only thing I want to comment on, you said that you couldn't tell if it looked a little less pretty because of stream compression or if it got downplayed.
Yeah.
I wonder if it did get downplayed so we don't run into the problem where it looks amazing and then comes out. Like if they start downplaying the trailers before it comes out, so this is the realistic expectation.
I remember back when this game was first announced and it was literally just a teaser of her running around in the world and we knew nothing else about it. I remember being like, that looks next gen. Like that looks insane. And there were some shots in here that I had a similar like those look like they're from the original thing, but overall, I don't know if it was just because they're cutscenes. Maybe when you look closer at it and you throw less motion blur in it, it looks worse. But it could have been stream compression. It could have been that they have downgraded stuff for optimization since the last time we saw it. Who knows? But take that with a grain of salt.
I also wonder if maybe this was it playing on the PS5 versus their insanely powerful 4K PCs where they built it. Now they put it on PS5. This is what it will look like on that. Not to say PS5s are weak, but I mean, you can still make a PC that's god tier. It can dwarf it. That's easy. Okay, but I'm excited about it. I think you guys are as well.
Yep.
Next up is Rainbow Six Extraction. We've talked about this more at length in the Ubisoft one. This didn't show anything new.
Nope.
I'm still
just
excited
gave us
for
the
it,
new
though.
release date basically because it did get pushed back and now it's in January.
I feel the game better be spot on because I feel like missing Halloween is like just
For this game, 100%.
it's a zombie shooter.
It's literally, or did they do it because Back for Blood, and they're
Maybe.
just saying they were having issues, and like we don't want it to come out right around the same time.
That's fair.
It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is an exciting moment. Dylan, did you play Alan Wake the original? Because I saw you like the tweet.
No, so I have never played Alan Wake. I watched a like the beginning of a playthrough of it years and years ago. And then when I played Control and got to the point in Control where it's revealed that, hey, they're in the same universe, I was like, oh, I got to play Alan Wake next. So I bought Alan Wake for like a quarter on a gray market site and was planning on playing it. But now I'm glad I didn't because there's a remaster coming.
It's also coming soon, which I really like. It's coming out October 5th.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Wasn't it originally an Xbox exclusive?
Yes, that's
That's
part of the
Yeah,
reason
I didn't
why.
know that, but they did
That's why
make a show of that it's coming to PlayStation for the first time. Which also,
Yes.
I don't know. They probably Remedy has probably already come out and said this, but I don't know if it's PS5 and PS4 exclusive. I'm not sure on that, but that's what they didn't say exclusive in this showcase.
Is Control on everything? I think it is. If
Yes,
it
it
is, then
is.
this won't be exclusive.
I doubt it's exclusive.
I think Remedy's done doing exclusives, hence this coming out on the way it is. So.
Yeah, I will.
I'm
definitely
excited
play
for this. I've played it when it first came out, and they've just never been able to continue it. And they've been trying, and it's been an IP thing. Like I think somebody owned it over at Microsoft. It was made through Microsoft. They had it. They didn't want to continue it. Alan Wake came out with the first game, and they left it on a super cliffhanger. And then they came out with a DLC game that didn't resolve anything. It just left it on a cliffhanger.
Right.
And then no game ever came out. And then we got Control, where they implied Alan Wake, but still didn't save him.
Well, I mean, he shows up technically.
Right, but he's still like stuck in. I mean, without spoiling Alan Wake, I can't tell you what's going on with him for real.
Yeah,
but I
it's
will
a
say
whole thing.
Control did not resolve it. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Well, and it's also I'm pretty sure Remedy has talked about how they are working on the next Alan Wake game, but it's gonna be a while until we get that, and I think that's what
They've
Control's
implied.
DLC. Yeah, they've
And that's what
implied
I'm
it
worried
pretty
about,
heavily.
Well, they did, but I'm worried that they were implying this, and if this gets sales, we'll see too. I'm hoping it's just no. Alan Wake 2 is coming out. We wanted to get the hype back up.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
what I'm
this
hoping.
is to get the hype back up because it was only on the Xbox, so
yeah, totally.
this is going to get it to more people technically.
Yeah. Next on the list, I'm surprised I'm going to say this, but GTA 5 is coming to the PS5.
Wow.
Surprised?
What I'm surprised about is seeing it in the PS5 graphics with the load times. I think I'm going to play it again.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one of
actually
that game's biggest problems was its load times. So
that
fair.
has always hindered me from playing it again because I play GTA Online on my PC, and it literally takes 5 to 10 minutes to get into a full game. Well, because you got to boot into a match, then you got to make a private server, then you got to invite your friends to that server, unless you're playing in the open world, but that's just full of hackers. So I'm kind of excited, like, oh, we fixed the load times. Oh, if that's your pitch, you won me.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you're alone in that. At least for me, I don't know about Dylan, but I don't want to buy it. For
You know what, Dylan? I'm going to
1800th
drag you
time.
into that, and we're going to have a gangster's life.
Okay, if you
and
buy
me.
it for me, I will play it for a
Will
little
you be my
bit.
gangster friend? Will you be my
Sure.
gangster? With
I
Thug Life?
just like it known. I've already bought it on PS3, PS4, and PC.
I only have it on PC and PS3. Why do you have it on all of them?
It was on sale on the PS4 like forever ago.
That's
He's a
right. You like to
collector.
buy games even if you'll never play them.
Yeah, I stopped that habit real fast. I just wanted to make the meme I read about this once. The PS2 had 3 GTAs. GTA 5 has had 3 PlayStations.
All right, next up we have Ghostwire Tokyo, which is a game that was shown off like 3 years ago because I went to the Bethesda conference. I was at that conference where they unveiled this. That was 3 years ago. So now we actually see what the game is, and it looks incredible. This is right up my alley. Yeah, fighting Japanese like mythological ghosts and stuff. So I'm excited.
It's like spooky and an acid trip all in one.
True.
Next up, we had Guardians of the Galaxy. We already know it's coming out October 26th. The Universal Church of Truth of the Baddies. I get that because the Guardians technically only have like 2 villains that directly relate to them.
Yeah. I don't think they wanted to be the first ones to be like, a nihilist. Let's put him in our game. That's a lot. That's a lot of baggage there.
or be the first game to feature Thanos. Like
right.
The Guardians through line.
They just do War of Kings as their like first thing. It's like that's maybe save that for something else.
Yeah. So I'm excited about this game. I know everyone's hesitant after what happened with Avengers. But everything I have seen on this game has me excited about it because it's just a narrative-drawn Guardians game. So I'm excited for that.
Yep.
Did anything from here excite you more or make you less excited?
I'm still like the same kind of middle of the road with it. I don't really like the graphics. I think everybody looks kind of weird. And I don't know. I just feel like Guardians is better skewed towards something stylized, which I know I said when this game was announced, but I'm hoping it'll be fun. Comedy is like something that is really difficult to get right for like a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is like Guardians is a comedic thing, and like James Gunn's brand of comedy is like exactly my shit. So I don't know if it's going to translate well, but we'll see.
I won't lie. The bits they showed with Star-Lord trying to be all comedic, I wasn't into.
Yeah. So hopefully the game is just fun.
Yeah. I'm going to try it out. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm going to
totally.
play.
I mean, I'm excited for it, but I'm a huge Guardians fan, so it's kind of like one of those superheroes where it could be terrible and I'll probably still be excited. My only complaint about this one is you've literally got a team. If you were going to make a co-op game, why
weird.
wasn't it Guardians?
You only play as Star-Lord. That's still a really strange decision.
Yeah. So we'll be doing a much deeper dive into theories and ideas as to what's going on in Guardians and a big discussion about the game itself very soon right here in the channel, so stick around. Next up, we had Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. Apparently it's on other platforms. It looked interesting, but I don't follow
Yeah,
the
I looked it
franchise,
up, and it came out like last year or something on other platforms, or at least very recently. So I guess it just hasn't made its way to PS5 yet. It also might just be in early access on PC. I'm not sure.
You sure it's Blood Hunt? Because Vampire the Masquerade is one of those franchises that has like 80 games.
I looked up Blood Hunt specifically, and the only difference was that I could tell was that it was just called Blood Hunt instead of The Blood Hunt. So maybe it is a different game, but I doubt it. I hope not.
The is for PS5 only.
Oh, okay. You get the. This one's directed by James Gunn.
Next up, we got Deathloop, which the only thing I have problem, I want to play this, but they've been showing the same thing over and over and over. This finally showed like new stuff.
It showed
story.
More.
Yeah. We finally saw more of Deathloop, which has been on that PlayStation 5 pre-order page forever.
Well, it was a launch title.
So, anyway, any comments? I mean, we've said all I think we're going to say
it
about
comes out in
Deathloop.
like a week, so.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
I saw the Radiohead game. So it said it was by Epic Games. I don't think this is a Radiohead game. So what recently Epic's been doing is Fortnite has been having events in Fortnite that are not related to Fortnite at all. And beyond the concerts, like they already do Ariana Grande, and you can show up and go to the concert and stuff like that, which, by the way, the Ariana Grande concert was great. But anyway, they just did a museum thing where you go in and you can see the life of Martin Luther King. And it's not a game. You just warp in and can walk around. So I'm wondering if this is that.
Yeah, I think they said that in the thing.
That it's gonna be a
like
Fortnite
went
thing?
by so quickly, and I was laughing at because I wrote in my notes Radiohead the game when the Radiohead song started playing, and then they flashed real quickly Kid Amnesia, and I was like, oh, I guess it actually is a Radiohead game, but I think it is just like a it's like an interactive album basically.
Yeah. I mean, I love that album, and when they started playing it, I was like, wait, I haven't heard that in like 20 years. Like, what?
Well, for me, I was like, okay, here's another trailer that's moody and is using a Radiohead or a Tom York song. I was like, here we go again. And I was just laughing about that. And then it was actually Radiohead, like, related. I was like, oh, okay.
I apparently looked away for a second for these next two. So what is Tachya?
Yeah, I'm confused too. I don't remember this one.
It's like a cutesy open world.
Oh yeah, I remember this
game.
one now.
I was super excited for this. I never saw the name.
That's fair. Yeah, I looked this up because I looked like all of the studios I didn't recognize up, and these guys, Awakeb Games, they've done a platformer that was story-driven before this. I don't remember what it was called, but they're based in New Caledonia, which is a group of French islands, and that's what this game is based on. So that's the islands that you're exploring in this game. Yeah, it looks really cute and it looks fun. I want more of this like stylized, just kind of fun times.
It looked really good.
Animals and play as them. It looked pretty cute.
You okay there?
And they still always had the flower.
You okay
You
there?
know that was I'm fine. All right?
He's excited. Let him be excited.
Cute. God.
Yeah, no, it looks a lot of fun. I did miss this one, that they're doing a Legacy of Thieves collection.
Yeah, I don't know when this was announced, but it coming to PC was a surprise to me. I don't know if the Nathan Drake collection is on PC, but this one it's Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy, which they're remastering them, which probably just means they're unlocking the frame rate and upping the textures. And it's coming 2022 to PS5 and PC. So that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll finally play an Uncharted game.
Have you not really played any of the franchise?
I played Uncharted 3 in a PlayStation store in like a mall once when they were demoing the PS3. That's my experience with Uncharted.
I mean, that all makes sense to me.
Checks out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the franchise. It's one of those franchises I kind of wish they would just do another thing with Nathan Drake, but they decided to be like, and it's over. Here's their kid. It's over. Go away. Like,
Fair.
We have Spider-Man now. Like,
They got to capitalize on that movie as well.
Yeah, they got to capitalize on the movie. But next up was, so this one got spoiled for me early on because everyone was tweeting me about it.
I had no idea about this. And I was so
Wolverine.
excited.
Yeah, but they didn't show anything.
Is making a Wolverine game.
They showed enough.
Like what?
I mean, all you ever have to show is the claws.
Not even the claws. Him in a bar drinking whiskey after beating the crap out of a bunch of dudes.
At first, my thought process was I saw Marvel and then Insomniac, and I was like, oh, okay, so they're showing Spider-Man. And then the song started playing, and I was like, this kind of sounds like Guardians. And then they showed hairy forearms, and I was like,
yeah, as soon as I saw the arm and blood, I'm like, this is Wolverine.
Wolverine?
So we're going to do
nowhere.
They didn't say anything about this, so we're going to do a whole video on theories of what this could be.
Yeah. They did an article, like a deep dive article on it and Spider-Man 2. We'll get there. But we'll talk about that more specifically in another video. But yeah, Insomniac's making a Wolverine game. That's crazy.
Gran Turismo 7 was the next thing announced. I love how you put car porn 7.
Basically what it is.
I mean, I play Forza and Gran Turismo because it's car porn.
Yeah, this trailer really wanted to show you that you can like take photos of your cars. You can tuck them in at night in their beds. You can do whatever you want to the cars.
Oh, Dylan,
shh,
you're
it's okay,
speaking my
Bugatti.
language.
It's okay. Shh. Good night, Bugatti. It's gonna be fine.
Good night, Bugatti.
It's gonna be fine.
Dude, if I had a Bugatti, I would tuck a Bugatti in. Like,
That's fair.
Betty, where are you going? I have to go tuck in, and it's getting cold.
It's cold in the garage. I gotta make sure it's
It's gonna
fine.
rain. I gotta put his little shawl over him.
What'd you name it? I named it Bugatti. You do not disgrace Bugatti.
They're all called Bugatti.
They're all called Bugatti. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm a car game guy. I never talk about them because it's more my chill game. I just hop on, drive around in circles. I'm excited for Forza on the Xbox. Yeah. It was funny because Huey hit me up and he's like, oh, why doesn't all the car guys just get together and make one really good car game? And I was like, actually, Forza and Gran Turismo are on different spectrums of the car game world and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, I don't play them that much.
I know. I said not on the level I play them. So I'm not turning it into super realistic mode. I already do that to get to work every day.
Fair.
All right. Next up, we got Spider-Man 2, which we'll talk about what we do know from this trailer. We'll be doing a theory discussion separately. So the first thing I noticed in this trailer was them showing Miles and Spider-Man working together. Could we be getting a co-op Spider-Man?
I feel like this is like deja vu back to the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer where
Yeah.
these exact same questions were being levied. I don't think so.
I want to say yes. But
Yeah. it's just so complicated. Like, and it's also
How
very
would they even
like
make that work? Huey,
Yeah.
where are you? Oh, I'm over at the park. Oh, I'm on
Right.
the shore. Let's swing and meet
I'm
up
in
in the
Central
middle.
Park, no big deal. What are you doing? Oh, I'm at the complete opposite end of Manhattan.
That reminds me of those old school Ubisoft commercials where they would have the fake gamers talk during them. Like, oh, Huey, I just got off of work. What are you doing, man? Oh, I'm
Oh my
swinging
God,
around Central
I
Park.
hated those. I hated those so much.
You want to meet up and go loot some stuff? But anyway, back to the actual truth of this. Yeah, I mean, the trailer showed both of them in it. So even if it's not co-op, it's going to be both of them in it. Like,
Yeah.
at bare minimum, I would expect swapping between them.
right. And we can go more in depth on like
Yeah.
this is what the other video is for. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
you'll be able to play as both of them. There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, it just pretty much showed it, and it showed we are getting Venom, which was kind of confirmed if you beat Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
So,
Well, like, it's not. I think the bigger surprise is Craven, which isn't fully confirmed. But again, we'll talk about that in the other video.
yeah. So, yeah, nothing was really shown, so there's nothing really to go into. It's just 100%. Spider-Man 2 is coming in 2023. In Wolverine, did Wolverine get a date? I don't think
No.
he got a date.
Not that I know of,
I'm guessing that's probably 2024.
or late 2023.
Yep.
Because they showed what looked like combat animation for Spider-Man. Wolverine was like, I can
He's
drink.
coming.
They've built 2 games in the engine of Spider-Man already, so like it's it's coming.
Yeah.
The reason they probably showed so little of Wolverine, it was probably like Disney's like, all right, well, we got X-Men back. Hey, Insomniac, do you want an X-Men?
You want to do this?
And lastly, we got God of War Ragnarok, and I am surprised how much was shown on this.
Yeah.
Showed a lot. And I think some of that stuff shouldn't have been shown.
Well, case in point, they stated straight up, okay, we're looking for the Norse God of War. He's been missing. And then we found him
we see him.
in the trailer.
I think knowing Santa Monica Studio and how they don't really care about like studio trends. There was no DLC, there's no microtransactions or anything in the original God of War. All that to say, like, I think they have like integrity in what they're doing. I have a feeling that they showed us nothing. Like, this is not a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, they control their own trailer. This isn't like a Marvel movie where they just send them out and...
Right.
Okay,
They show the
this
entire
company will
movie.
Yeah. And that's pretty much all the major stuff that was shown at this. We're going to do a separate video for Wolverine, Spider-Man, God of War, and Guardians. Will be separate videos of theories, discussions about all of those. But that was what was shown today. When I was getting off of the other podcast, Dylan, and you typed out that this showcase was amazing, I kind of didn't believe you at first because every showcase has not been amazing. They haven't shown anything.
Yeah, they
So-
stepped it up. They stepped it up.
This was good stuff.
This was worth watching. This was
This was
amazing.
like
I
E3
loved
levels
everything.
of like, because also like a lot of this we knew was coming, but there was enough that we didn't, and enough that like God of War we haven't seen anything for, and that's so anticipated. Same with Spider-Man 2. So it's just like, and like Wolverine and the Knights of the Old Republic remake. Like there's a lot here that is like classic like E3 style of, here's what's coming soon, but also here's a lot of stuff you didn't know about that's coming way off into the future.
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff
Yeah.
that I like to see.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Stick around to this channel. We're going to go deep diving into quite a few of these. There hasn't been much to talk about in the world of gaming, so we finally have things.
Woo!
My name is Benny. That is Dylan. That is Houston. We are absolutely PlayStation and Steam gamers. We play everything. The name worked for us. And we will see you guys next time right here. Just make sure you stick around. Thank you so much.